इच्छाद्वेष समुत्थेन द्वंद्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम सर्गे yanti parantapa. Hello friends, this is the 27th shlok of the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Ichchadvesha samuthena, which means desire and aversion arises. Dvandva mohena bharata, which means from duality and attachment, O Bharat. Sarvabhutani sammoham, which means all beings illusion. Sarge yanti parantapa, which means in origin attain, O Parantap. So in this shlok, Shri Krishna is telling Arjun that the desire and aversion arise from duality and attachment, and this illusion is present in all beings since their origin. So this is a very important shlok, and you should pay a lot of attention in terms of what Shri Krishna is telling over here, because this is what gives us an idea of where we came from and where we are going. So the point that Shri Krishna is making over here is that all the beings that are present in this universe are in illusion, and they are in the illusion of duality, and this duality actually is the cause for desire and aversion which is present in all the beings, and it is this desire and aversion which actually is the source of our problems. That is what Shri Krishna has already told in the previous shloks. So the question then that arises is that okay, there is this illusion that we are all having, but where is this illusion actually coming from, and how to really overcome them? So basically, we all are living this life in an illusion that we are our body, and if you were to really have the right perspective, then you will really see that this kind of a life wherein you think that you are only your body is a very pathetic life actually. Because just imagine watching a movie where a hero is afraid of a monster, and what happens is that he is running away from that monster all the time, and then in the end what happens is that that monster eats him. So the situation of our life is exactly the same. We are all scared of death, dying, and we run away from it, and then in the end we die. So this problem is a very big problem, and when you think that you are your body, then you basically face this problem, and you are scared of death, and in the end you die. So many traditions have found a solution to this problem, and the solutions that have been provided is that no, death is not the end. After that you will go to a place which is eternal, and they have provided all this description of going to either hell or heaven. And if you do good deeds, then you go to heaven. If you do bad deeds, then you go to hell. And then there are different levels of heaven and hell also depending on your deeds. So using this, the traditions have tried to give meaning to this life, as in how to behave in this life, and it also gives them a feeling that death is not really the end. But there is a problem with this thinking, which is that many times what happens is that then this life becomes temporary, and the focus of people gets to the life after that itself. And when you give that sort of a promise of an afterlife, you can basically make people do stupid things wherein they can go into a crowd and they can explode themselves over there. So this sort of a problem happens, and there is more focus on the other world and not on this world, because of which people don't really make a good effort in terms of improving lives over here, and it basically creates a situation which is not really ideal. This world then becomes very less important, and so not much importance is given to this world, and people just don't really care too much about this world, and so that brings in a lot of pain also. So that approach is not really the right approach in itself. Also, such thinkings, they don't really focus on the previous thing. They focus on what happens after life, but they don't really focus on what was there before birth, which really shows that their focus mostly is in towards the fear of death itself. They are scared of death, and therefore they are coming up with these solutions. They're not really focused more on really knowing the truth. They are only focused on removing this fear of death in itself. So let's put that thing aside and try to focus on knowledge in itself and see the things in the right perspective. So we want to include the thing of where we came from and where we are going. So why did the birth happen? Why were we born in a certain situation, in a certain family, in a certain time, certain place like that? And what happens? Why is this life over there? So we have to understand, we have already understood actually, that there is only one knower in itself. You can call him anything. Over here we are calling him Shri Krishna. You can call him Ishwar, you can call him Allah, you can call him God, you can call him anything. So there is just this one knower, and this one knower is eternal, unchanging, and it has a characteristic of being Satchidanand, which is that it is existence, it is consciousness, which is knowledge, and it is pleasure, or you can say happiness. Now, initially, every being was in this knower in itself, and so all beings were happy. But when there is only happiness and there is no sorrow, then this happiness is something which people are not really able to experience. It's basically just like a fish in water. A fish is in water and it's always in water, so it's never really aware of water in itself. So when there is only happiness and there is only happiness, you become unaware of happiness. So when you become unaware of happiness, then you forget this Satchidanand, and you drift away from it. And as you drift away from it and forget it, that is where the problem arises. As you forget it, then the pleasure is the happiness is discontinued, and you basically arrive in this world, and you become separate. You start to feel that duality from that, and that duality is what is giving rise to the attachment and aversion. So that is what has led to the problem. We have drifted away from our source, and that's why we have gotten this birth. We have become dual, and this is what is leading to our problem. Now the solution to this is to realize that we are not dual, we are not different, and to go back to our source. If we can attain that, then basically that is what our aim is. So our situation basically is just like a wave in water. Initially the water was calm, and it was not really moving. Some portion of that water then got bored of that calmness, and it started moving. As it started moving, it formed a wave, and then it forgot that it was water. It thought that it is a wave, and now this wave rises and falls, and the wave thinks that, oh, I'm rising and I'm falling, while in reality there is nothing there. It's just water. This wave is just something which is present in water. As long as the wave cares about its rise and fall, it has problem. When it becomes evident to it that this rise and fall is nothing really, it's just an illusion, then there is no problem at all. So that is how Sanatan Dharma actually looks at our existence, why we came into existence, and who we are, where we are going, where we came from. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.